I call this the golden era of the WNBA. First things first, would you agree with that?
I agree 100%.
Is Sheryl Swoopes jealous of Caitlin Clark? That's what some people are saying after Swoopes criticized the rising star. But Stephen A. Smith and Nancy Lieberman have a different take. They're asking, why can't we all just support each other? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 95% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Sheryl Swoopes just dropped a bomb on Caitlin Clark, and now everyone's losing their minds. Swoopes went off on Clark, and fans are going crazy. You know what's even wilder? This isn't just about one player dissing another, it's about the future of women's basketball.
You know, when I walked in here before the game, there were just hundreds of fans lined up.
Oh, yeah.
What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational.
But here's the crazy part. What if Swoopes' comments could actually help women's basketball? I know it sounds insane, but stick around because you won't believe how this could change everything. Stephen A. Smith and Nancy Lieberman have some surprising things to say about this whole mess. And trust me, their take on this is going to blow your mind. You think that's mind-blowing? Wait until you hear what Swoopes actually said about Clark. It's not just about one player dissing another. This clash might reveal a deeper issue in women's basketball that no one saw coming. Swoopes didn't hold back when she talked about Clark. She basically said Clark's getting way too much attention, and it's not fair to other amazing players. But here's the thing, Clark's not just some random rookie. She's a two-time Nancy Lieberman Point Guard of the Year winner. That's huge. So why is Swoopes coming at Clark like this? Some people think it's jealousy, but maybe there's more to it.
Say thank you to you, Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
For just lifting our game up, you and so many great players. But what you're doing, you're going to make all these women multimillionaires.
This whole situation is shining a light on how we talk about stars in women's basketball. It's not just about Swoopes and Clark anymore. It's about the future of the game. Stephen A. Smith jumped into this mess, and he's not happy. He said Swoopes' comments are making people think Clark's being pushed out. That's a big deal, because it could mess up how we look at women's basketball. Smith's worried that every time someone criticizes Clark now, people might think it's just hate. But here's where it gets wild. Nancy Lieberman, the legend herself, is backing Clark 100%. She said what Clark's doing for the game is generational. That's coming from someone who knows basketball inside and out. When a Hall of Famer like Lieberman speaks up, you know it's serious. This isn't just about one player getting too much hype. It's about how we support each other in women's sports. Lieberman and Smith are saying we need to lift each other up, not tear each other down.
And we shouldn't hate on her. We should celebrate her, not tolerate her.
They're asking, why can't we celebrate new stars without forgetting the legends? The crazy part is, this whole drama might actually help women's basketball. How? It's got everyone talking. People who never paid attention before are suddenly interested. The question is, can we turn all this buzz into something positive? Just when you thought this drama couldn't get any wilder, the plot thickens. Imagine a world where Stephen A. Smith and Nancy Lieberman are on the same page. Sounds impossible, right?
Because you clearly feel such a level of appreciation for the greatness, for the potential and the greatness that we're witnessing.
It's so important for us to understand that there's going to be generational players. I'm not saying everybody's not going to be at the same talent level.
Well, Caitlin Clark just made it happen. These two basketball powerhouses are teaming up, and it's not just to defend Clark. They're showing us how to take women's basketball to the next level. Nancy Lieberman, a Hall of Famer herself, is all in on Clark. What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational. That's huge coming from someone who's seen it all in basketball. Lieberman isn't just throwing out compliments. She's recognizing a game changer when she sees one. But it's not just about Clark. Lieberman's talking about a golden era in the WNBA. She's saying the players today are incredible and the league is getting more attention than ever. And guess what? Clark might be the catalyst that takes it even further. Stephen A. Smith is jumping on this train too. He's worried that all this drama around Clark could mess things up for women's basketball. He's saying we need to be careful how we talk about stars in the game. It's not just about one player anymore. It's about the whole sport. Here's where it gets really interesting. Lieberman and Smith are both saying the same thing. We need to lift each other up, not tear each other down. They're asking why we can't celebrate new stars like Clark without forgetting the legends who paved the way. It's like they're giving us a masterclass in how to grow the sport. Lieberman's not stopping there. She's calling out the keyboard warriors who are spreading negativity. She thinks all this hate could hold women's basketball back. And you know what? she might be onto something.
Caitlin Clark has just caught the attention of the world. Maybe her and Simone Biles, the most visible women athletes in the world right now.
Imagine if all that energy went into supporting the game instead. But here's the kicker. This whole Clark situation might actually be good for women's basketball. It's got everyone talking. People who never cared before are suddenly paying attention. The question is, can we turn all this buzz into something positive? You think this is just about basketball? Think again. Caitlin Clark might be about to pull a Michael Jordan on the WNBA. We're talking game changer, folks. Nancy Lieberman dropped a bombshell when she said Clark could make future female ballers multi-millionaires. That's not just hype, that's a whole new ball game. Let's break it down. Clark's not just scoring points, she's scoring viewers. Her games are pulling in massive ratings, and people are buying merch like crazy. It's like when Tiger Woods hit the golf scene. Suddenly, everyone wanted to watch, even if they didn't know a birdie from a bogey. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't just about Clark, it's about the whole WNBA. Lieberman's talking about a golden era in women's basketball. More fans are showing up, more people are watching on TV.
With arenas being filled, why wouldn't you want to ride that train to success? These young players, Rakia Jackson, Camila Cardoza, this is a great time. And she's done that, and it's proven from her collegiate days with TV, with jersey sales.
And guess who's leading the charge? Yep, Clark's right there at the front. Now, some people might say, so what? It's just one player. But that's missing the point. Clark's not just a player, she's a billboard for women's sports. Every time she steps on the court, she's showing sponsors and networks that women's basketball is worth investing in. And that could mean big bucks for everyone in the game. But hold up, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Remember those keyboard warriors Lieberman mentioned? They're out there, spreading negativity faster than Clark can sink a three-pointer, and that's a problem. All that hate could hold women's basketball back just when it's ready to take off. Here's the thing, we've got a choice to make. We can either jump on this hype train or let it pass us by. Imagine if all the energy people put into criticizing went into supporting instead. We could be looking at a whole new era for women's sports. Think about it. More viewers means more money. More money means better salaries, better facilities, better everything. It's not just about making millionaires. It's about creating opportunities for every girl who's ever dreamed of playing pro ball. All right, let's break this down. Swoopes came at Clark, but Smith and Lieberman weren't having it. They're saying Clark could be huge for women's basketball. But here's the real kicker. Lieberman dropped a truth bomb. She said, we could be our worst enemies. That's not just about Clark and Swoopes. It's about the whole future of women's basketball. Think about it. Every time we tear each other down, we're hurting the game we love. But when we support each other, that's when magic happens. We could be on the edge of something big here. Clark might just be the spark that lights the fire. So here's the million-dollar question. What side are you on? Team Swoopes? Team Clark? Or are you ready to be Team Women's Basketball and change the game forever? The ball's in your court now. What's your move?